the fine-tuning of the universe. Have you ever had that feeling, that strange, quiet whisper in the back of your mind when you look up at the night sky? It's more than just awe. It's a question, a deep, resonant, almost forgotten question that seems to be woven into the very fabric of our being. We look at the silent, swirling galaxies, the impossible balance of it all, and we ask, is this an accident, or is it a creation? What if I told you that modern science, in its relentless march into the unknown, has stumbled upon an answer so profound, so breathtaking, that it blurs the line between the laboratory and the temple? What if the universe isn't just a chaotic explosion, but a precisely tuned symphony? A symphony where every single law of physics, every constant, every fundamental force is a note on a cosmic scale, set to a value so perfect, so exquisitely delicate, that the slightest variation would have resulted in nothing. No stars, no planets, no life. Just a silent, eternal, and featureless void. Welcome to the greatest mystery of all, the fine-tuning of the universe. Let's play a game of cosmic luck. Imagine you are given a control panel to create a universe. This isn't a simple panel with a few dials. This is the most complex interface imaginable, with dozens of fundamental settings. The force of gravity, the power of the atomic bonds, the mass of a proton, the strength of the nuclear forces. Each one is a dial that can be set to any value across an almost infinite range. Now your task is to turn these dials randomly and hope that the universe you create can support life. Any kind of life, even the hardiest microbe. So, you close your eyes and you start twisting. First dial, the strength of the force that holds atomic nuclei together, the strong nuclear force. You give it a random spin. You open your eyes. If you had turned it just a few percent weaker, the simple hydrogen, the fuel of stars, would never fuse. The universe would be a cold, dark soup of isolated particles. No stars, no light, no heat. Game over. You reset the dial. This time, you turn it just a few percent stronger. Now, hydrogen fuses so violently and so completely that all of it would have been burned away in the first few moments after the Big Bang. Stars would never form. The universe would be a brief, furious flash, then darkness. Game over again. You move to the next dial. Gravity. You tweak it ever so slightly weaker. Matter never coalesces. Galaxies never form. It's just a thin, expanding mist of gas. Forever. A universe without structure, without beauty. You turn gravity a fraction too strong. This time, the universe collapses in on itself in a fraction of a second after it's born. A big crunch, immediately after the bang, a cosmic blink. Game over. This isn't just one or two dials. Scientist after scientist has discovered that nearly 24 of these fundamental constants and quantities appear to be set to values that sit within an impossibly narrow, life-permitting range. The odds of this happening by chance are, well, they are beyond astronomical. They are supernatural. To say it's like winning the lottery is the greatest understatement in history. It's like winning the lottery every single second for billions of years with a single ticket. The physicist Sir Fred Hoyle, who discovered one of these precise resonances in carbon atoms, said it looked like a put-up job, as if the laws of nuclear physics had been deliberately designed. Let that sink in. A universe-generating machine with all its dials set to random would almost certainly produce a dead universe, a silent universe, a failed universe. And yet, here we are, in a universe that sings with light and life, a universe that, against all conceivable odds, works. So, what are we to make of this? The sheer, staggering improbability of our existence. Science in its purest form, doesn't do why. It does how. And the how of fine-tuning presents us with a puzzle with only a handful of possible solutions. Each one is more mind-bending than the last. The first answer, the one that appeals to our sense of being special, is the designed universe. The idea that the dials were set, that a cosmic intelligence, a master physicist, a consciousness beyond our comprehension, intentionally configured the cosmos for life, for us. This is the universe not as a random accident, but as a work of art, a message written into the very constants of reality, waiting for a conscious mind to read it. It's a thought that connects the mystics of our ancient past with the quantum physicists of our future. It suggests that the universe has a purpose, a direction, a mind behind the machine. Then, there's the second, even more dizzying answer, the multiverse. Imagine not just one universe, but an infinite ocean of universes, a cosmic foam where new universes are constantly bubbling into existence, each with its own random set of physical laws. In this vast megaverse, almost every universe is a stillborn dud, dark, cold, or collapsed. But in an infinite ensemble, every possible configuration, no matter how improbable, must happen somewhere. In a trillion failed universes, one will, by pure statistical necessity, get the settings right. We, of course, find ourselves in that one universe, the lucky one, the golden ticket. We shouldn't be surprised to see fine-tuning, because we couldn't exist in any of the lifeless ones. This idea turns our perspective inside out. We are not the purpose of the universe. We are a random, happy fluctuation in an infinity of silence. But let's push this even further. What if the answer isn't out there at all? What if it's right here, in the very act of observation? This brings us to the third, and perhaps the most mystical, answer, the participatory universe. Some of the greatest minds in quantum physics have suggested that consciousness is not a passive byproduct of the universe, but a fundamental component of it. That reality, at its most basic level, exists in a state of shimmering potential, a cloud of possibilities. It is only when a conscious observer looks, when it asks a question, that reality collapses into a definite state. Think about that. What if the universe is fine-tuned for life, because life is what brings the universe into being? What if the cosmos was waiting, latent and unformed, for a conscious entity to arise and complete it? We are not just inhabitants of the universe, we are its senses. We are the universe becoming aware of itself. The fine-tuning, then, is not a preset condition, but a co-creation, a dance between the potential of matter and the act of conscious observation. We are the magic that makes reality real. So, which is it? A divine architect? An infinite number of parallel worlds? Or a universe that literally dreams itself into existence through us? Science cannot yet tell us, and perhaps that is the most beautiful part of all. We are living in the heart of the greatest mystery conceivable. We are the question that the universe is asking itself. This isn't just dry physics. This is the frontier where data meets wonder, where calculation meets magic. Every time a scientist measures the cosmic microwave background, they are reading the first chapter of a cosmic story. Every time a philosopher contemplates the meaning of it all, they are writing the next chapter. And this is where you come in. This mystery belongs to all of us. It's the birthright of a conscious species born in a universe that seems to have been expecting them. Look at the world around you with new eyes. The fact that you can take a breath, that your heart can beat, that you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. These are not mundane events. They are cosmic miracles, made possible by a chain of perfect coincidences stretching back to the very first moment of time. You are not a stranger in a cold, indifferent cosmos. You are a guest of honor at the greatest party in existence, held in a universe that seems to have been tailor-made for your arrival. The fine-tuning of the universe is the ultimate cliffhanger, and we are all characters in the story. If this journey into the heart of the cosmos resonated with you, if it sparked that sense of wonder in your soul, then do me a favor. Like this video. It tells the YouTube algorithms that this is the kind of deep, meaningful content we crave more of. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because we have only just begun to explore the mysteries of reality. And I don't want you to miss what's coming. And I want to hear from you. This conversation is too big for one mind. So, comment down below. Which of the answers speaks to you? The designed universe? The multiverse? The participatory universe? Or do you have a theory of your own? Let's build a community of cosmic explorers right here. For those of you who want to dive even deeper, to explore the edges where science meets the sublime, I've written a book that expands on these ideas in ways we barely had time for today. It's called Holographic Multiverse, and it explores the radical idea that our reality is a projection from the edge of space and time, and what that means for consciousness, destiny, and the fine-tuning we discussed. If you're ready to have your mind expanded, the link to get your copy is in the description below. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Remember, the universe isn't just stranger than we imagine. It is stranger than we can imagine. Never stop wondering.